I'm Patrick Smith. I'm one of 3 people who worked on the session track for Siena under the Research for Undergraduate Students. What we did was take a search engine kind of similar to Google, and we tried to produce results that were more framed towards that user based on what they were searching in the past. So this be a more broad search all the way to more specific. The more searches they made, the more accurate that their search would be at the end. We did a couple different modules, each with varying success. One of them, which will be explained later, is the framing, and that is one that's most promising. The way we scored these documents was by the discounted cumulative gain formula, which pretty much means we took the most relevant document at number 1 and judged to see if that was the most relevant, and it kept going down 1 through 10 in the same sort of fashion. Our scores did match up pretty well to last year's, but we're hoping to do better.
Hi, I'm Pintus, and I am also in the SIRA group for the Session Track 2014. Our different modules we used are the non-clicked module, which took the results that were not clicked on by the user and figured they could be relevant information of the query that they did not see. The longest visited time module took into account the results that the user spent the most time on, so clearly there was something relevant that they were reading about to their search, and that was useful. The clicked module of that utilized the titles of the results that were clicked on, so clearly the user clicked on that for its title and that seemed relevant to them. And the N% module utilized 10%, the first 10% of each result. This kept in mind that the user is going to simply read or scan the first few sentences or paragraphs of a document, so that was utilized there.
I'm Brennan, Bushee, and one thing that we tried that I don't think anyone else has tried before in this track was applying frame semantics, which is an area of interest to both computer scientists and linguists. Myron Minsky, who's one of the all-time greats in AI research, described a frame as a data structure representing a stereotyped situation. For example, in a commercial transaction, you have a buyer, a seller, and a thing that is being bought or sold. Now the verbs to buy, to sell, and to be worth, they each describe this situation from the perspective of a different one of those fields. In the past, people have implemented question answering systems that were designed to be used for a very specific domain of knowledge, but since our queries can be about anything, we decided to use a very general goal frame. We took the text from a web page, we trimmed it down, and then extracted all the topics, people, locations, and organizations from it, and then compared to the ones that were in the query. And we assign each document a score based on how similar the data frame was to